Hey guys, my name is Sashi. In this video, I'm going to explain you the concepts of Lean and Six Sigma. If you have not gone through my previous video, please go through it. I have explained here about a few of the skill sets that you should develop while you are in the your college or even when you are working in industry. Those were the skills which is SQL, Excel. Now, what is next? Next are a few of the skill sets which can help you with Lean Six Sigma and PMP, which is project management professional certifications. Cool. So we'll talk about Lean. I'll also share some examples, and towards the end I'll let you know about a project that you can do even if you're in a college or a university, as well as people who are there in the industry. You guys can follow similar kind of projects. Cool guys. So we'll talk about Lean. Lean is elimination of waste. Okay. And what is Six Sigma? Six Sigma is reduction of defects. Now, you need to understand what is the concept. What is elimination of waste? So I'll give you one simple example, and let's try to relate. Say for example, you are going from your house to where you stay to your college. Now, while you go to the college, there's two way. One is that you take a bus to the railway station. From railway station, you take a train, and from there you take an auto, and then you reach your college. Okay, that's one way. Now, there's another way where you take a direct bus directly from your house and to your college. Uh, in the first scenario, travel time is say 30 minutes, and in the second scenario, wherein you are taking a direct bus, the travel time is say 35 minutes. Now, if you see that the time taken by a bus which is going directly is taking more time, wherein the travel time in the other case is 30 minutes, and you will always prefer for a shorter travel time, right? But while you travel through different stages, different transport mode, which is say first you take a bus, then you take a train, and then you go through an auto. Okay, there is wait time in between, right? That means you have to wait for a bus to come, and sometimes you'll be a little late, or sometimes you'll be a little early. So you'll invest some time there. Same way with the train, and same way with the auto as well. Now, if you include those, your travel time may be lesser by 5 minutes, but your overall time to reach your destination maybe is 45 minutes. So these are the steps which are your wait time, which is the waste. Now, to eliminate, what you can do is you can create a direct, or you can take a direct transport, which is your possibly, if available, is a bus transport. Now this is how, even in the process that we work, or anything that we do in our life, we'll always have some redundant steps. The process by which we remove that is called Lean. That means we make we eliminate the waste steps and make the process more efficient. There is a way how you can think about any process, or any project, how you can identify the waste steps and you can remove. It's called Tim Wood, TIMWOOD. Transport, inventory, motion, weight, overproduction, overprocessing, and defects. Is that clear? All right. So, in the example that I shared, where does it matches with Tim Wood? It's weight. The same way, any process that you're working on, please evaluate on these categories. Whether there is a additional transport which is happening, whether there is additional inventory that you're keeping, is there overproduction, is there over processing which is happening, is there defects in the process, is there a wait time. So the example that I shared, there wait time is the waste, so you can remove that. Likewise, you can look into any process, a project that you're working, or even in your college, you will see a lot of things which are happening. A lot of steps are there in a particular kind of process which can be eliminated and can be improved. I would also say that folks who are there in your college, I think I've told in past as well that while you come to industry, you should be aware of what are the real industry problems, how to solve them in whichever field that you want to go for, whether it's software, whether it's electronics, whether it's electrical, whether it's mechanical. So that's why I always advise that you should at least do 7 to 8 projects which are real time. The best way is that you get into any organization, say that, hey, I don't need anything, I just want to do work as an intern, and you can work free of cost, because the learning that you get from there will make you like very, very highly valuable in the market. So you should pursue that. And the same way, there is enough scope in your college also, and obviously people who are working in the industry, there's enough scope that they can identify these kind of waste steps which are there and improve that. So I would say evaluate them in this angle, and you will see that yes, there is opportunity. I hope I'm clear till now. All right, let's move on to the next steps, which is to do with Six Sigma. What is Six Sigma? Six Sigma is the process of reducing defects. Now, what is defects in that case? Now, say for example, you go to a bank and you deposit some funds. They will count and they will give you a receipt. So say for example, you give 10,000 rupees, they give you 10,000 rupees receipt. You come back to home. This is the process. You take cash, go stand in the queue, fill up a form, give the form with the cash, they'll count, and then they will give you a receipt saying that, hey, receipt 10,000 rupees, and you can relax and you can go, and there will be a credit in your account. This is the entire process. What can be a defect in this process? Can you guys think? So defect can be, maybe you gave 9,000 and the person incorrectly counted it as 10,000 and gave you a receipt. So that's a defect. So say if a particular cashier is interacting with 100 customers daily, might do error following the same process for 2 times. So there is 2 defects per 100 transactions. Now, how to reduce this is what all about, defect reduction. I hope this is clear till now. Cool. So I'll explain you how you can reduce your defects, etc. So in Six Sigma, there's a process which is called DMAIC. It is called DMAIC. D stands for define. So you have to define your problem. M is for measure. So you have to measure how big is the problem and how much that you want to improve. From there you can decide. A stands for analyze. So you have to analyze that what is the problem going on, etc. I'll explain you in detail as I move forward. I stands for improve. C stands for control. So DMAC, define, measure, analyze, improve and control. I hope till now this is clear. So when you're defining what is the problem, so you have to explain about what is the problem existing in the system. So maybe if you're in college, what can be the problems in a college you can think of? If you're in a any industry that you're working for, think of what are the problems which are existing in your process, and you have to clearly explain what is the problem, and from there what that you can improve. So I'll let you know one of the projects, small project that you guys can think of, and based on this example we can move forward. You can also try in your university, college, as well as in your industry. So say for example, in a school or even in industry, we see problem that attendance is very low, for example. Now say your problem statement is that low attendance. So you define the problem that for a particular section, say for example computer science department section, whatever XYZ, has a low attendance which is of say 30% attendance. The same way if you're working in an industry, maybe your shrinkage is pretty high and your regular attendance is say 30%, and that's your problem. So you can clearly define what could be a problem that you want to solve. Okay, and here you will also define what is your goal. So when you know this is your problem, what do you want to achieve? So you have to define what is your goal. and you can define further that what is the timeline. It could be a high level timeline, that how long do you want to work so that you want to achieve that desired goal from where you are right now. And obviously when you're working on solving a problem, you should have a mentor, so you should define who will be your mentor. So probably if you guys are in a college, you should find one teacher, discuss your idea, and then work with the person. And if you're in an industry, obviously your managers, super managers, or any process improvement teams, etc., you can find one mentor. And obviously project lead, in case you are leading, you make a group of people, 3-4 of your friends in your college, in your college, or in your office, your colleagues. You create a group of 3-4 people, and then probably you can lead the project, so you are the project lead. And in general, there is something called project champion as well, who is a little senior level, head of even project mentors, and they will be a little skilled, and usually in Six Sigma they will be black belt certified. Cool. We can move to the next phase, which is measure. Now in measure phase, what happens is you have to measure how big is the problem. Now to measure that, you have to identify the data. So you have to create a data collection plan. Now say for example, if you're in a college or a university, okay, so one process could be that you reach out to your teacher who are taking attendance, and then you measure from there that what is the percentage, etc. But it may so happen that you don't have access to that, right? So access is also a challenge to your information. Possibly what you can do is you start taking every day what is the attendance, but that has to be accurate, reliable, and you should be able, your data should match with what is there in the database of your teacher, etc. Otherwise people will not look into your data if it is incorrect, because it will be whatever the measurement that you do will be misleading. The same way when you are in an organization, you need to know which source that you want to depend on. So you have to define that, hey, I will take the information from this data table, in case you have, or any interface, or any person also who can just share with you every week or every month. So you have to also define what is the frequency that you want to get the data, etc., and you want to look into it. From there you need to have access, you need to have a data collection plan, you need to have a frequency defined, and it should be available whenever you want to look into the data. So these are the methods how you can define your measurement phase. Now we'll move to the next one, which is to do with analyze. So in analyze phase, there are a few tools, okay, which is say Fishbone, 5Y, and there are different kind of charts which are available, like Pareto, Gantt chart, etc., etc. I would suggest that use 5Ys. What is 5Y is just asking that why the problem is existing. Like for example, in this case, you can ask why the attendance is low. Cool. So you get to know about that attendance is low because maybe people are not interested in the classes. So why people are not interested? This is the second why. Possibly because the subjects which are being taught on few days are regularly a little difficult to understand, maybe. And possible solution could be a combination of a little challenging subjects and a little non-challenging subjects. So possibly that could be one of the reasons. Second could be that there are a lot of students who are coming from the home, and there are students who are staying in the say your in-house hostel facility. So hostel facility people are coming, but maybe a lot of people who are coming from home are a little low on attendance. Now why people who are day scholars who are coming every day are low on attendance? This is your third why. Possibly because it takes a lot of time to travel. Okay, so why do they travel? Why don't they stay? That is your fourth why. They don't stay because maybe the cost of stay is higher. So what is the recommendation? So possibly from there you can think of a solution. First you need to collect data to justify this is the problem which is existing. So in case if this is the problem, then possible solution could be that anyone who's maintaining X percentage of attendance will get say 10% discount in their hostel fees. Could be a recommendation for your college management. And this is like one of the use case I'm trying to explain. The same way, like in office, say people who work in industry, there's low attendance, and you know why. You get to know about why people are not coming. Maybe workload is too much, and then if the workload is too much, then why the workload is too much? Because maybe there are some changes in the process which has led to additional inflow, and that is creating trouble to the people. And then the next measurement is whether your headcount, or your work and your resources are sufficiently available or not. If not, then your recommendation should be, let's hire more people, or let's introduce some tools so that our workload can reduce, or maybe we can eliminate some steps within the process which is existing so that the load will go down. That's how you can identify, using 5 whys, that why the problem is existing. Say for example, if you're in a college, the best way is that run a survey from all the people who are not turning up, saying that, hey, what is the reason that you're not coming? You can think of like 10 reasons and send a survey saying that, hey, tell me why don't you come to college or even in the office, and you'll get a data with bucketed information. So, and then from there you can create a table looking into that. Okay, the first reason is that the subjects are not interesting. So you can think of making changes in the combination of subjects in a day. So it's a small change, might interest people. Second could be maybe issue with the travel, like I mentioned. Could be some of the there is some improvement required in the professors who are available. The way the explanations are being provided are not very apt to understand, and that's why that could also be one of the reasons that attendance are low. Same way in the industry as well. You can run a survey, get to know about why people are not turning up, bucket it, try to identify the problem. So this is our analyze phase. Now is the phase where we try to improve. Improvement phase, the best tool which will help you to improve is brainstorming. So what you have to do is, if you have a group of people, sit down together and think of random ideas. What is leading to the problem, and how we can find a solution. After brainstorming, write down 2, 3, 4 solutions that you think that you can implement, which can help you to improve the process. You have to then create a plan how you can what changes that you want, like we discussed in case of low attendance. One could be giving a discount in the fees if the attendance is X%. Second could be change in the routine or maybe daily subject combination that is taught in the college. Third can also be reviewing or creating vigilance of the delivery of the professors or assistant professor, whoever are taking the classes, etc. This is how you can think. Okay, let's create a plan, and then in the improve phase you implement that plan. So there is something called PDCA. You plan, and then you do it, then you check, and then you act. Sometimes it may not even work, and then you have to roll back your plan that you implemented, and maybe your next plan will help you. So in this phase you implement. Next is control. Now what's control? So say you implemented something and you have seen the improvement. Now you have to sustain that improvement, right? To sustain the improvement, a few of the things that you guys can do is create a reporting. Now there's something called control chart. Control chart will have, it's a tool for control phase. Control chart will have 3 levels. One is low control, medium control, and high control. You can define thresholds that what you think that is below a particular level, which you feel as low, below a particular threshold which you feel as medium, and above a certain level which you consider as high control on the process. So say for example, from your implementation you move the attendance from 30 to say 60%. Now you want to sustain that. Now you say that if I'm at 60 and above, that means I'm doing high, my control is high. But if it is going to 55 or medium, and if it is below 50, then it's just low control. That means again you're going back to the same place. So you have to develop control process, which is like timely audit of the process that you have implemented, creating a reporting, and maybe you have to identify some sparks, create a plan how the delivery that you have thought about will be sustained. So this is how you can create a plan with respect to creating a control, and the next step, which will be the final one, which is how you can create a documented steps of whatever the plan that you've created, whatever that you have implemented, whatever is your goal, etc. And then you can transfer the responsibilities maybe to others who can then take it forward, business as usual conditions. I would suggest wherever you are, maybe it's a university, college, or if it's an industry, you should try such ideas, and I'm sure you'll be able to make improvement. If in case you're working in any industry and you have a different kind of environment, write in the comment and I'll help you what kind of project that you can drive there. I will also bring soon a different project that I've thought about, which even the college as well as the industry folks can use it. Thank you very much guys for listening to me. Please subscribe. Thank you.